Hi everyone and welcome to Let's Have a Chat, where we highlight and talk to some successful leaders within the corporate industry. Today I have a distinguished guest with me, and that is Mr. Orlando Olmberg. Mr. Orlando Olmberg is president and founder of the Suriname Energy Chamber. Mr. Orlando, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine,
Thank you for your time and doing this interview with me.
definitely. The pleasure is all mine.
Mr. Olmberg, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a father of four children. The oldest is a son, and then I have three princesses. I am also a business owner. I started my last business was a solar engineering company that we started in 2012, and I'm also, as you already said, the founder of the Suriname Energy Chamber. And I love my country a lot.
Okay, a country lover, a true country lover, I might
Yes.
say. Okay, Mr. Olmberg, could you highlight a little bit about your successes within your career?
My greatest success, you could say, is when I had my firstborn child. The first time when you become a father, that's one of your greatest successes. And then I had three more successes. One of the things that I could say in business, if I go to the area of business, was, and actually I started business at 12 years old. I had to start business at 12 years old, 13 years old, because all of a sudden we got poor as a family, no income. And then I started my first business selling newspaper. And then I started business after business, making bricks, doing a lot of stuff, repairing gas stoves. I did a lot. I'm an autodidact person. I learned very quick without even schooling. So I could go around and do things for people and get some money in. But I think one of my successful business was setting up the Googleplex Technologies. That was the first company in the Caribbean to win a prize from the IDB in 2012 to accelerate the use of solar energy in Suriname. And we saw within 3 to 4 years really the acceleration of the use of solar energy in Suriname. They regard sometimes to me as being the GOAT in solar energy. And it's true, we've done a lot in solar energy. So that was one of my greatest successes when it comes to business.
A true young entrepreneur. You started very young, yeah, with businesses, with trying to make money.
I had to.
Yes, you had to, and you succeeded in that, I might say.
Yeah, it succeeded in the sense that for me it was a pleasure, and by that time, newspaper, you made on every newspaper you made 7 cents. I still remember it, standing up early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes late at night, uh, 13, 12, 13 years old, just to help out. But that laid down the basis for me to start businesses. And I think that if you are a true entrepreneur, it just pops up at the time when you're in need. And I stopped some of the businesses because I always say when you do something, you have to be the very best. If I do something, I want to be the best. I want to be better than everybody. And when I feel that I cannot be the best, then I try to find something until I feel that I'm the best. And one of the things that I feel that I'm pretty good in is solar energy. We just set up also the energy chamber in Suriname. I'm a real entrepreneur. I like to start things bottom up. That where there is nothing, I see an opportunity. I just like to start it up. And I think that at a certain point, especially as an entrepreneur, you have to find that thing that makes you shine above everybody.
Okay, you have to find the thing that makes you shine. You just spoke about some failures you had as an entrepreneur. Could you give me some examples, or could you elaborate a little bit more about those downtimes in your
Yeah,
career?
yeah. Let's start with one of my first businesses that I started. That was I was making bricks. I just looked at how people were making bricks, and then I started making bricks. But I wasn't happy with the quality. you know. So I tried, but the quality was just going up. So I saw it a little bit. Then I stopped because I didn't want to sell things that were not at that quality level. So these are the kind of failures that sometimes you meet. Is that you are in a business and you can keep on going on in that business, and but you feel that it's not working the way it has to. Sometimes you have to look for something else. So one of the things that I went to, and that was it's also with my company, Googleplex Technology. We had a time where I had to send everybody home. Yeah, send everybody home. It was around 2016. We had a lot of projects going, but we had them in SRB, and all of the sudden the rate went up from 3.5 to 7 for the US dollar. So, but all my imports were US dollar, and some of my money was with the government, and they were slow in paying, and I saw the company going downwards. And at a certain point I had this high cost. I had to make the decision to say, man, I have to cut on costs, you know. And the hard thing is people that you've worked years with, to tell them, listen, we can go on like this. I have to let you go, you know, looking to find a way to give them an easy off. That was not easy for us. And I think at least 6 years we struggled as a company, you know, really going down, projects taking away, etc. Being at the number one and being at, at the lowest, it's not easy. But the thing is, something I always tell people, it's not about the company, it's about the leader, you know, because the company, you don't, the company doesn't make you, you make the company. So, and it has to be with the fact that you have a vision about where you want to go. And it's good sometimes to have a downfall, to have an off period, because then when you have an off period, the real leaders come out. Then you see if you are, you know, if you have innovation. Then you see if you have that ability to rise above all. And I have personally been there. I mean, it was hard. I'm gonna be. It was one of the hardest part because you have kids. There was a time where you were making a lot of money, and then there was a time of at least I think 6 years that it was that we went down the road, but we made it through, and I'm much stronger than I was before.
Okay, much stronger and you rose above all.
Yes.
To wrap up this interview, I would like to know from you, what is your message for leadership or a motivational quote that you would like to leave with us?
Yeah. The thing is, be authentic and never be afraid to make mistakes. You know, I like when people like Michael Jordan is one of my basketball heroes, you know. Anytime anybody told him you can't do it, that was his fuel. Don't let people, you know, turn you off your goals. Anytime somebody tells you you cannot do it, anytime you hit a brick or a wall, let that be the fuel to go to the next step. And that is what I personally have learned, that nobody can keep you down than yourself. Nobody. If you are down today, it's because of yourself. It's about the way you think. So leadership is about taking responsibility and doing what you have to do to get to the next stage.
Okay. Nobody can keep you down but yourself.
But yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Olmberg, for your insights and your advice. And thank you for your time to do this interview with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Nobody can keep you down but yourself. Advice from Mr. Olmberg. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for our next guest in Let's Have a Chat.